And welcome to Kidderminster, first session today, and you brought the weather with you.
I know, yeah. It's been nice on it the last few weeks, but no, I'm happy to be here. Can't wait to get started.
Yeah, and that first session's always important, isn't it, really, for setting the tone for a loan spell, but also getting to introduce yourself to your new teammates as well.
Yeah, obviously it's always a anxious one, really. I come in, I didn't know anyone this year at this team, so getting in, making sure I settle in, get to know the lads and stuff. So yeah, it was good to get that out of the way. So hopefully now we can, kick on. Yeah,
there might be lots of new faces here, but we gather you've spoken to a very firm Agra favourite in terms of getting some advice on the club and what it's like here.
Yeah, obviously I know Keith Lowe very well, playing with him at Macclesfield, and spoke to him about the club, and obviously he's said many good things. So I'm looking forward to be here.
Game time obviously is the aim in terms of coming here for you, but what else do you feel you can accomplish?
Obviously, I think the aim for the team is to promotion. I'm obviously here till January, but hopefully I can, contribute towards that and help the team in the right direction. So that's the main thing.
And what the management team said in that regard, because obviously it's a very competitive squad, it's struggling at the moment with a few injuries, but kind of when everyone's fit and fighting, it's very competitive, and that must benefit you.
Yeah, from what I've seen today with all the lads that have trained, it's a good group, and obviously there's a few injuries and stuff, but it seems like it's a good group that's ready to, try and push forward. So I'm just hoping to come in here, try and get some game time and, do what I can to help.
And it looks like, just looking across your career, there have been a few circumstances where things have happened outside of your control, managerial changes or whatever it is, where you've just perhaps needed game time really. This is another one of those perhaps? Yeah,
I feel like I just want to play football really, so this is the opportunity I get to go and do that. At times I feel like I've had to move from different teams just in order to get that game time, so hopefully here I can play and enjoy it.
Yeah, and you've obviously spent time at York previously and scored a pretty memorable goal here.
Yeah, I think it won the goal of the season that year. So yeah, I played at York before I signed this season. I played a few years ago. It's a good club, and like I say, I played here. It's a tough game, but yeah, I was happy to be on the winning team that day.
And as daft as it sounds, I suppose having positive memories and associations with the ground, it can help coming to a place like Arbury again this morning, and you already feel quite comfortable, I suppose.
Yeah, definitely. It's always nice to go back to a ground where you've scored a good goal. So hopefully I can, score a few more of them for the right team this time.
What about the FA Cup as well? We were just talking there about the potential of a really tricky tie against a team who found it difficult in the league this season, but the FA Cup it's a different kettle of fish, isn't it?
Yeah, like you always say, the FA Cup it's about on the day really. All league form goes out the window, so it's just about making sure that we do the right things. We go there with the right attitude, and believe we can win.
And there's nothing like, as we know here especially, a good cup run to help build momentum and keep confidence high as well. Yeah,
especially in the FA Cup, it's always nice to go on a cup run for teams around this level. And like you say, obviously the one you went on last year got to the third round, and that's where I think most teams around here aim at first, try and get to that third round, the excitement then build of, who could we get. So it's just about taking each game as it comes though, obviously focus on tomorrow, but yeah, I think a good cup run does everybody good.